rooms of wartime Buenos Aires, she moves like smoke through candlelight, a vision in silk and diamonds. But behind Maria de Victorica's dazzling smile lies something far more dangerous than any weapon. A vast network of Nazi spies spreading across an entire continent. The year is 1940. Europe burns while Buenos Aires dances. Argentina remains neutral, a shimmering jewel of prosperity while the world tears itself apart. In this city of contradictions, where European refugees flee alongside Nazi sympathizers, where fortunes are made and secrets are currency, Maria de Victorica reigns as undisputed queen of society. But who is this woman who will orchestrate one of the most extensive espionage operations in South American history? Born into Argentina's landed aristocracy, Maria grows up in a world of privilege and European sophistication. Her family's estancia sprawls across the pampas like a small kingdom. She speaks perfect German, French, and English. She's educated in Switzerland, refined in Paris, and connected to every powerful family from Santiago to Rio de Janeiro. Yet beneath the Polish and pedigree, something darker stirs. Maria harbors fierce political convictions that align with Europe's rising fascist movements. She believes in order, hierarchy, and the supposed superiority of certain bloodlines. When Adolf Hitler rises to power, she doesn't recoil in horror. She sees opportunity. Argentina in the early 1940s is a spy's paradise. The country maintains its neutrality with careful diplomacy, allowing German businesses to flourish while trading with the Allies. Buenos Aires becomes a crossroads where intelligence agents from every nation circle each other like sharks. And Maria de Victorica stands at the center of it all, perfectly positioned to serve the Third Reich. She doesn't look like a spy. That's precisely what makes her invaluable. Her mansion in the exclusive Barrio Norte neighborhood becomes an unofficial embassy for Nazi interests. Here, beneath crystal chandeliers and Renaissance paintings, she hosts gatherings that blend high society glamour with sinister purpose. Argentine generals mingle with German diplomats. Business magnates discuss shipping routes over champagne. Information flows as freely as the wine. Maria's genius lies in understanding that in Buenos Aires, everything happens through relationships. She doesn't skulk in shadows or use dead drops. She operates in plain sight, weaponizing her social standing. An invitation to one of her soirees is coveted currency among the city's elite. Nobody questions why certain guests always seem to leave through the garden exit, or why her study remains locked during parties. Her network expands with calculated precision. She recruits carefully, targeting those with access and grievances. A harbor master resentful of British shipping dominance. A postal clerk with German grandparents and nationalist sympathies, a society photographer whose studio provides perfect cover for document reproduction, a jeweler who crafts hollow pendants for microfilm transport. Each recruit believes they're part of something noble, defending Argentina from foreign interference. Maria presents espionage as patriotism, carefully avoiding explicit Nazi rhetoric when it might alienate potential assets. She's a master of manipulation, understanding exactly which buttons to push. Through her network, critical intelligence flows to Berlin. Ship movements from Argentine ports, Allied diplomatic cables intercepted and copied. Details of American industrial contracts, names of Jewish refugees and resistance sympathizers. The information travels through elaborate channels, coded messages in society column announcements, documents hidden in shipments of Argentine beef to neutral Spain, reports microfilmed and smuggled aboard vessels bound for Europe. Maria also facilitates something more sinister, rat lines for fleeing Nazis. Even before the war ends, she begins preparing escape routes. She cultivates relationships with corrupt officials, secures false documentation, and arranges safe houses. Her network will later help dozens of war criminals vanish into South American anonymity. But maintaining a double life requires constant vigilance. Maria moves through her days with practiced ease, playing the perfect hostess while coordinating espionage operations. She attends charity galas and opera premieres. She sits for society portraits and grants interviews about fashion and entertaining. All while running an intelligence network that stretches from Argentina to Chile, Brazil to Uruguay. Her methods are elegant and ruthless. When a recruit grows nervous and threatens exposure, he suffers a convenient accident on the docks. When British intelligence begins investigating her circle, she redirects suspicion toward a rival socialite with invented evidence. She understands that power isn't just about gathering secrets. It's about knowing when and how to deploy them. American and British intelligence eventually identify Maria as a person of interest. They begin surveillance, but she's always one step ahead. Her social position provides armor. Arresting a prominent society figure without concrete evidence would create diplomatic incidents. She exploits this protection masterfully, hiding in plain sight among Argentina's untouchable elite. The war ends, but Maria's work continues. As Nazi Germany crumbles, she shifts focus to extraction operations. Her mansion becomes a way station for fleeing officers and officials. She provides money, documents, and connections. Adolf Eichmann, Josef Mengele, and countless others benefit from networks that Maria helped establish. Yet even the most careful operator makes mistakes. A defector from her network provides detailed testimony to Allied investigators. Bank records reveal suspicious transactions. Intercepted communications mention her codename, La Reina, the Queen. In 1947, pressure finally forces Argentine authorities to act. But Maria isn't arrested. Instead, she's quietly encouraged to travel abroad for her health. She departs for Spain, where Franco's regime welcomes Nazi sympathizers with open arms. Her vast wealth, carefully moved to Swiss accounts years earlier, ensures comfortable exile. She never returns to Argentina. She never faces trial. She never expresses remorse. From her villa in Mallorca, Maria watches as the world she fought to preserve fades into history. The Third Reich becomes a cautionary tale. Her recruits scatter or stay silent. The ratlines she helped create continue operating, but new handlers take control. Her role in one of South America's most extensive spy networks becomes a footnote, deliberately obscured by governments embarrassed by their wartime failures. Maria de Victorica dies in 1973, taking countless secrets to her grave. No memoir, no confession, no reckoning. Her story reveals uncomfortable truths about power and privilege. She didn't need weapons or violence. She wielded influence, connections, and impeccable timing. She proved that espionage isn't always conducted in dark alleys. Sometimes it happens in ballrooms where champagne flows and secrets are traded like currency. She remains a ghost in history, deliberately forgotten by those who'd rather not acknowledge how easily high society became a weapon of war. But her legacy persists in classified files and whispered histories, a reminder that the most dangerous spies often wear the most beautiful masks. In the end, Maria de Victorica embodied a terrible paradox, proof that charm, intelligence, and social grace can serve the darkest causes. She danced through one of history's bloodiest chapters, never missing a step, never showing her hand, always one move ahead of those who sought to stop her.